Every year, the state decides how much funding school districts around the state will be getting for their students. Fresno Unified has developed a method that helps them understand the need of their students by holding community meetings. Here to tell us how all of this exactly works is Fresno Unified School District Executive Officer Santino Denisi. Hi, Santino. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me, Desiree.
Thank you for being here. First of all, we need to explain to our viewers, what is Local Control and Accountability Plan?
So the Local Control and Accountability Plan is a plan that really all school districts in the state of California need to write and have approved by their Board of Education to describe what's their plan, what are their goals for improving student outcomes each and every year.
Okay, so what does that decide at the end of the day?
So it decides what are some of the initiatives that the district is going to do. So for example, one initiative last year that the Board of Education approved was an increased investment in student technology. So giving students the opportunity to bring tablet devices home and have access to technology beyond the classroom. So that's just one small example of how some of these funds can be used to support their educational experience.
And of course, once that is decided, does that decide how much funding you will be getting for the year?
Yeah, the state has a funding formula called the Local Control Funding Formula, and it helps determine for every district in California what their funding is going to be from school year to school year.
Now, what is that control funding formula?
So it's influenced by three primary student population categories. The state funds districts at a higher level depending on their student population who are either English learners, students living in low socioeconomic circumstances, or students who are in foster care. And the purpose really from the state's perspective is to fund districts at a higher level who serve a high population of students in those categories. And for Fresno Unified, it's quite a large population. It's 89% of our student population lives in one, if not more, of those categories.
And is that how it's decided if the district is going to need additional funds?
Yeah, it's a way for the state to fund districts and provide additional resources to help with barriers that students who are, like I mentioned, either English learners or living in poverty, to assist with the barriers that they might face.
And those community meetings, I know that is really important for parents or the residents in general to be involved when it comes to schools. How important is it for them to attend these meetings?
Very important, and all are welcome. It's a meeting format where a community member, as you mentioned, students we have attend, we have parents attend, district staff, and it's really intended to be a space where we can have a conversation about what is working, maybe what needs to happen differently, or what are some things we need to explore that aren't currently happening in the district, all with the emphasis of being how can we move our student outcomes forward.
Okay, and for those that have never attended these meetings, how exactly do they work?
So I usually open up with about a 10 to 20 minute presentation just to give some context on some things that we're discussing here. But most of the time is spent with our community and staff having informal kind of table conversations. They get to see some of our student performance data. We give them information on what are some of our initiatives to date. And then we invite them to give some feedback on what they've seen in either their child or their student's experience that they feel is working well.
That's amazing. And is everyone welcome to these meetings?
Yeah, really, anybody can come. Yeah, and a new exciting change to the workshop this year is we've partnered with the Fresno Chaffee Zoo to offer a ticket to every adult participant. We offer a dinner at the workshop, we have babysitting, and we also provide translation services for those that might need it as well.
Okay, so there's, for people that speak Spanish.
Spanish and Hmong, yep.
That is great. That is great. So people need to keep in mind that if you don't speak English, there's going to be a translator there for them as well.
Right.
And okay, for the people that are watching, I'm wondering, when are these meetings happening?
So we just started last night. We hold 8 of them throughout our district and our region, and the intention there is to try and reach as much as our city as possible. So they will run all through the mid-February.
And then once everything's approved, how could people be aware of what was approved?
Sure. So what we do is we'll collect the feedback from the workshops, and we also offer a survey that folks can take online if they're unable to attend the workshop. And we'll bring that information to our Board of Education and give them an idea of what is our community saying, and they use that to move through our strategic budget development process before they adopt our budget in June. So those who are interested can come and either watch or view some of the materials that our Board of Education will see from February through June.
Perfect.